ever feel exhausted after meeting someone? Not tired, but feeling drained, as if they sucked something from you. And if you're in spiritual journey and wondering why you keep facing obstacles in your sadhana, and despite doing chanting mantras, you're not growing, transforming, the answer might be your energy is leaking. Shri Matre Namaha Guru Kataksham Ambalanugram Paripurnam. In this video, I'm going to share with you something that will completely transform how you view your sadhana. This is not just a philosophy. This is actually the ancient Vedic science that now the modern physics is validating. By end of this video, you will understand why you feel drained around certain people, how energy transfers through touch, and why you should not allow random people touch you or you touch someone, and most importantly, how to protect your spiritual energy. If you are in the spiritual journey doing sadhana, mantra japam, be it Lalita Sahasranamam or any mantra for you to grow and transform in your life, this is the most important video that you must go through. So I want you to go through this video till the end. And if you know someone who needs this, then I want you to share this video so that you help that person in the spiritual journey. Let me ask you something. Have you ever left a social gathering feeling completely exhausted? It is not about being tired, but energetically drained. Or maybe you met someone new. Today's context, hugging, shaking hands is very common. So you hugged or you shook hands and suddenly felt as if some heaviness. You're able to feel that heaviness or anxiousness, like something shifted inside you. Or maybe you're doing your sadhana in a very great way. You're meditating, you're chanting the mantras properly, you're feeling the connect with Ambal. And then after some time, maybe after spending time with someone, all the progress seems to vanish. Suddenly you feel procrastinated to do your sadhana. Actually, this is something which you need to know, that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're experiencing, it can be energy contamination. Modern science is now proving what our Vedic rishis has given us thousands and thousands of years ago. The science is now saying every human being has a biofield, a bioelectric field, and this field is extending 3 to 6 feet from your body. And when two people come in contact, physical contact, the biofield merges temporarily. And not only that, there is another scientific experiment which says that when you touch someone, your mirror neuron fires, causing you to unknowingly absorb their emotional and energetic state. So if they are going through some trauma or negativity or something bad within them, you are absorbing a bit. And if you don't know that, and if you allow it to stay within your body for a long time, it will affect you as well. Interestingly, our rishis knew this thousands of years ago. That's the reason there is one concept called sparsha dosha, which means contamination through touch. Manusmriti says, through touch with the impure, one become impure. Through touch with the pure, one become pure. So this is not some discrimination, but it is about energetic hygiene. Just like when you go out and come to your home, you wash your hands for hygiene. Similarly, you should know to clear your energy. Let me explain how exactly this energy transfer happens through touch, or when you come into close proximity of different people. There are 3 layers of your body. We are not just physical body. I'm talking in terms of what our Vedic scripture says. There is Sthula Sharira, there is Sukshma Sharira, and there is Karana Sharira. Sthula Sharira is the physical body that we are able to see, your visible form. There is Sukshma Sharira, which is subtle body. That energetic, which from where you're connected to the mind, the emotions. the energetic field. And then there is Karana Sharira. Karana Sharira is where your karmic imprints are there, and in that Sharira is where your soul is. When two people touch physically, the first is the energy, the pranic energy transfers happen. Pranic energy is always like it flows from higher level to lower level. So from more vital person to a less vital person. If you're spiritually elevated and you touch someone, your energy drains into them. Then there is karmic, the Karana Sharira, where through touch, especially if it is prolonged touch, the karmic seeds can affect, that imprint can affect. And then there is the emotional absorption. So when you touch someone who is in fear, who is undergoing some trauma, who is anxious about something, your energy field drops when you are getting in touch with them. This is how you absorb the negativity from others. Now, who are negative people? People who are in deep negativity, like chronic people who keep complaining a lot, feeling victimized, or who is undergoing some trauma in their life. People who manipulate to make things happen. People who are consumed in jealousy or anger. People who are gossiping, who are involved in unethical activities, and people who don't do any spiritual activities. Now, these qualities does not make them bad, but it makes them unsafe for your energy field. And in today's context, you cannot avoid. Yes, I agree, you're going to work, you have to travel in public transport, you have to go to places. You cannot go to a forest like a rishi. You cannot isolate yourself, but you can know how to keep your energy intact. And if at all you are feeling drained, how you can cleanse your energy so that you can get your energy back. That's what you should be focusing, and becoming more aware, more conscious as to whom you will be having a physical contact with. It's not with everyone, and I do agree, in today's world you have to shake hands, but how you can ensure you protect your energy, that's what you can focus, so that you can keep your spiritual energy intact. Now you understand why our rishis, when they are in the deep spiritual practice, they avoid physical contact with people. They isolate themselves. Charaka Samhita says, avoid physical contact during your intense spiritual sadhana, during illness, or when you are around troubled minds. And that's the reason we have the tradition of greeting people with namaste. Yeah, namaste creates a complete energy circuit within, which means your energy is complete. It cannot be intruded. Yeah, it honors the other person's energy, it honors your energy, so you are greeting without affecting your energy or others' energy. So it's like saying, the divine in me, I'm offering my namaskaram to the divine in you. So that makes you safe, respectable, and that is the power of our greeting. Now, you understood that by touching someone, it can leak your energy, or you may be giving out your energy, your energy is being sucked. Now, I'm not saying you become a saint, rishi, or avoid all human contact. That's not the answer. That is not possible. But how you can do it in the right way, and how you can protect your energy, that is what you need to learn, so that you protect your spiritual energy as well, so that you are able to protect your sadhana as well. Now, if you are going to hug someone, it has to be with a person whom you know, and it has to be a conscious one, and both has to be a elevated and natural state. So that is one thing that you can do. Another thing is, you can always say, I'm not comfortable with hug, I'm comfortable to do namaste. Learn to say that. So what you can do to protect yourself, whenever you're going out, social gathering, to a mall, to your office, every single day when you go out, chant Durga mantra. Chant this mantra 16 times or 27 times. If you're able to do 108 times, it is more powerful. So with the intention to protect yourself, you chant this mantra and step out. This is first thing that you can do. And to protect your home from any negativity, you can take yellow mustard seed. Take it in your hand, a fistful of yellow mustard seed. Do this once a week. Maybe on Fridays, you can do this in the morning. Chant Om Dum Durgaye Namaha 16 times and put this mustard seed on your main door, on both the sides of the entrance of your main door, and seek Ambal's blessing. You just give an intention to protect your home. That's the second thing. Third thing, if you have already been contaminated, you're feeling drained, you're feeling low, you feel heaviness, unknowingly you have anxiousness, then what you can do is, in our olden days, our grandmother used to remove the evil's eye or drishti. They take a fistful of rock salt and red chili to remove the evil's eye. You have to do the same thing. Take fistful of rock salt and 4 red chilies. Take it in your left hand, and from top of your head till your toes, you just do this facing east. You just do thrice, and from left, and above your head, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and flush this rock salt and chili. So this is what you need to do. You can do one more thing. When you're taking bath, put a fistful of rock salt and turmeric powder in the water. Allow it to be for 5-10 minutes and then take bath with that water. Third way to remove that negativity, take a kalasham of water, chant Dum Durgaye Namaha. So after you complete your bath, take this kalasham of water and pour it on top of your head. Let it flow. So that way, again, the negativity will be removed. So these are the ways to protect and to remove, if at all there are any energy contamination. And from now onwards, be aware. The most important part, how to strengthen your energy, how to be in the peak of your energy, that is possible only through the spiritual sadhana, the mantra japam you do, and the mantras that you chant, like Devi Khatkamala Stotram or Lalita Sahasranamam. So whichever deity you are following, chant the mantras that will strengthen, that will build that, your energy. So regular mantra sadhana is what will help you. And secondly, eat sattvic food, because through that sattvic food you get the pure energy. Spend time with nature, applying kumkumam or vibhuti or gandham, sandal paste on your forehead. This will also protect your energy. So now you know, don't hug everyone. Most importantly, if you don't know someone who is a stranger to you, kindly don't hug. Don't touch people who are visibly upset, angry, or they are very anxious. Don't touch someone who are low in energy. So you can definitely help the person without touching. Now I want to bring one thing here. It is not about fearing. It is about having the right understanding. It's not about you rejecting someone. You says I'm high, the other person is low. It's not like that. But being in your space, how you can protect yourself at the same time help others. You can do that without touching, without getting physically closer. Yeah. So this is not about creating fear. This is about, you're able to have the discrimination within you, the vivekam. This vivekam is one of the 4 pillars of spiritual growth. You're able to identify, you're able to recognize. So you're not judging a person as good or bad, but you're recognizing their current energy state and protecting yourself accordingly. Yeah, you can still help the other person. You can still, pray for the other person's benefit for good, but protecting your energy. You be kind without being, careless with your energy. So that's how you maintain your spiritual energy while interacting with the world. At the end of the day, when you surrender to Ambal and when you chant these mantras, it is going to help you to strengthen your energy through daily practice, through daily devotion and the mantra sadhana. It will give you a natural immunity for your energy. Ambal's grace is there to help you and protect you. In the chat box, type Durgaye Namaha and seek Ambal's protection into your life. If you have any questions, do ask me. I'll be happy to help you. Guru Kataksham Ambal Anugraham Paripurnam. Shri Matre Namaha.